Just a few feet past these barriers is where Dax Rich's remains were found by authorities back in September. And according to witnesses and neighbors, they say the man actually busted out this window and was throwing things and yelling at law enforcement during the standoff.
How close can this robot get to a bomb, hypothetically speaking, and still survive?
And so it depends on how big the bomb is.
But in the meantime, the National Weather Service did issue out a travel advisory encouraging drivers to avoid the interstate throughout midday.
Why is it important for the public to learn about the Owyhee Canyon lands?
I mean,
that's what the windsock looks like.
Well, the Owyhee Canyon lands is one of the largest remaining unprotected areas in the contiguous United States.
Hey girl, you ready to base off the bridge?
Yes!
Me and you, 3, 2, 1, turn the base.
What's the location of the emergency?
My brother has a knife.
I already have help on the way.
Just before 5 p.m. on December 19th, Twin Falls County Sheriff's deputies responded to a home near Filer for a report on an aggravated battery with a weapon. A 14-year-old boy told dispatchers that his 17-year-old brother had a knife. You can hear a woman begging for him to stop.
I have help on the way, but I need you guys to get me to your brother.
The younger boy and his mother fled the house, getting into an SUV in the driveway and locking the doors. Both of them stabbed. Investigators say the brother followed them outside and tried to break into the vehicle.
He's flashing the tires.
Okay, I don't care. Don't worry about it as long as you guys are in the car.
He broke the window. He broke the windshield.
A Twin Falls County Sheriff's deputy, whom investigators have identified as Jacob Ballard, arrived on scene and confronted the 17-year-old, telling him to get on the ground. At first, he did, but the teen got back up and started moving towards the deputy.
Do not move. I will. Shoot me.
On the dash cam video, you can hear the deputy fire 2 shots. Deputies performed CPR until paramedics arrived, but the teen died at the scene. Twin Falls police interviewed Deputy Ballard as part of their investigation and released the video to KMBT. During that interview, he talked about the moments leading up to the shooting.
And my thought process was I needed to get him in cuffs as quick as possible so I can get these people help, because I didn't know how bad they'd been stabbed or anything like that.
Paramedics also treated the younger brother and mother, one of them suffering serious injuries, but both survived. The 17-year-old's name has not been released by authorities.
We do everything in our power to prevent this kind of tragedy from happening. It is important that critical events such as this one be thoroughly investigated by outside impartial agencies. I know the loss of this young man will be continued to be felt by his family, friends, and by our community and everyone involved.
The Magic Valley Critical Incident Task Force conducted a multi-month investigation led by the Twin Falls Police Department and submitted their findings to the Canyon County prosecutor for review. A statement from the prosecutor reads, "I find the actions of the involved officer to be justified in this incident. I further find that based on the evidence presented and applicable law, there is no reasonable likelihood of proving the elements of any crime beyond a reasonable doubt against the involved officer. Therefore, no criminal charges will be filed against the deputy involved." According to the Twin Falls Sheriff's Office, the Internal Affairs Unit will also investigate for any policy violations, and the Shooting Review Board will evaluate the deputy's tactics. The family of the teenager reached out to KMBT News Tuesday night. Their lawyer has since sent a statement reading, "The family declines to comment at this time and is working with legal counsel to prepare a statement and ask for privacy in this matter to grieve the loss of their son." In Twin Falls, Dereka K., KMBT News. The first thing we want to clarify is that Idaho already has open enrollment, which allows students to attend any public school in the state if there's room. One of the bills state lawmakers are proposing with school choice would allow families to receive a tax credit, which could go towards education expenses like private schools.
I want to have a better education, a better experience for kids, and school choice will provide that.
House Majority Leader Jason Monks is one of the Republican state representatives who helped introduce House Bill 93, or the Idaho Parental Choice Tax Credit. The bill would provide an annual refundable tax credit up to $5,000 for qualified expenses for grade school children and $7,500 for special needs students. Those expenses could include non-public school, tutoring, textbooks, and other costs.
There's a lot of ideas out there as far as how school choice could work. I think one of the ideas that I like the best is something done through a tax credit. It would only pay for actual verifiable expenses. It's not just a grant or a voucher given to parents to just go do whatever they want with. It's actually on approved expenses.
Democratic Minority Leader Ilana Rubel argues that what Republicans are proposing is less about choice and would simply funnel taxpayer money away from public schools.
We already offer so many good forms of school choice in Idaho. What I am opposed to is taking public funds, public taxpayer money, and giving it to private schools that are not accountable to the same standards that public schools are.
Rubel says that public schools are required to have certified teachers, certain curriculum requirements, and accommodations for students with special needs and disabilities. But private schools don't have those same accountability metrics.
Which is more or less what they have right now in the bill that was introduced. You know, they have a very vague, try to include something about math and English in there. Doesn't need to be nearly as thorough as the public schools.
In his State of the State address, Governor Little said that he will only consider a school choice proposal that meets the same standards as public schools.
Any school choice measure I would consider must be done the Idaho way. That means it is fair, responsible, transparent, and accountable. It must prioritize the families that need it most, and it must not take away funds from public schools.
Another concern is how much this could cost taxpayers. House Bill 93 states it would have a maximum fiscal impact of $50 million, but Rubel points to another state that passed school of choice.
Well, let's look at Arizona's voucher system. It was initially promised that it would cost $60 million a year. It is now costing $825 million a year.
According to Rubel, this caused Arizona to take funds from infrastructure projects like roads and bridges, as well as public schools. But Monk says that wouldn't happen with his proposed bill.
The bill that we're proposing has a cap. And so there's a maximum amount of money that would be spent on this particular program. Right now it's at $50 million, which is a small fraction of the percent we pay currently in the public schools. So if that program were to grow, it would have to come back to the legislature. The legislature would have to pass another bill.
Lawmakers are still in the early stages, with multiple bills filed regarding school choice, which likely means a long road ahead.
We have 105 legislators here. We never always agree on the same path forward. I think the tax credit is the best path forward, as opposed to some kind of grants or vouchers maybe that would have run into problems. But that doesn't mean that there's not other ideas out there. There's a lot of ideas. I just think that this option is the best path forward.
Our series on school choice continues tonight at 10. I speak with local school leaders to get their take on the issue and the impacts it could have on districts in our area. I'm Dereka K for KMBT News.